What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Kinetic615 back for the next episode in this Minnesota Vikings post Kyler Murray free agency rebuild. This is episode 4. We are at the start in the preseason of 2027. The Kyler Murray experiment did not go well. We ended up going 3-3, and then he got injured in the 2026 season. J.J. McCarthy came in for 6 games, and comparing their stats, it was clear that JJ was the better QB to finish out the season, and we decided not to extend Kyler Murray on the contract that he was wanting. The contract he ended up getting was actually kind of crazy. I didn't forgot what team picked him up, but they gave him a pretty crazy contract considering that he went 3-3 last season, and he's turning 30 or turned 30 last season. Let's see if we can find him and find where he ended up going. But it was kind of crazy, the contract that he ended up getting. And I just, you can say I'm a hater, you can say I'm a JJ apologist, whatever you want. But I just don't think that. If you look at the stats, and if you go back and watch episode 2, you'll clearly see the stats as we went through the season. Him getting injured, him having some horrible games. Not that JJ didn't have horrible games as well, but they were pretty even. So when you got a very close competition, and stat wise they're very similar between two guys, you go with the younger one, right? Anyways, Kyler Murray ended up on the Raiders with Daniel Jones, of all places and all people, right? But look, he got a crazy contract. He got a 3-year, $70 million salary, $40 million bonus. So that's 120 million dollar contract for 3 years at 30 years old. I just didn't feel like it was worth it. So it is what it is. So JJ's had a year to sit and learn behind Kyler Murray. Let's hope that we can move on from here and build up JJ McCarthy as the quarterback. So let's take a look at the roster where we sit right now. Let's actually go into the well. I know people on stream like to use the adjust lineup screen. I need to get better at using it. Anyway, so we're in preseason camps. Some of these guys that are on the roster are just camp bodies. That's all they are. But there's a couple guys that I've actually put on the trade block, and one that I'm considering, although his contract may be better just to let it play out and let him hit free agency. I'm not sure. I'll need to look at our financial situation here in a second. But all right, so we are going with J.J. McCarthy at QB1. He's an 83 overall. Still no dev trait as of right now, but 83 overall, 82 at our scheme fit, which is field general. We do have behind him Jacoby Brissett, Marcus Mariota. What you can't see here is that we also have Joshua Dobbs and uh, Max Brosmer and John Mateer in the quarterback room for camp. Fullback, we got my guy Max Bredesen. Running back, Jadarian Price, who was our second round pick in 2026. We still got Jordan Mason. We picked up Jaden Ott last season on a UDFA contract. We just picked up Dylan Edwards on a UDFA contract this season. And then we've still got Eli Heidenreich from the first draft as well. At receiver, our receiver room is pretty crowded right now. We've got Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison. We picked up our first round pick this last draft. Cam Coleman is currently at wide receiver 3. Ty Felton behind him. We got Brennan Thompson, who was a late round draft pick in 26 for us. And then we signed a UDFA Evan Stewart. We also have Xavier Brown. Miles Price is still on the roster. Malik Benson is on the roster. Parker Kingston, I think is his name, is on the roster. A couple free agents that we picked up, but these are the 6 that we're going with currently on the depth chart. Tight end. So this is a little bit controversial here. We've got Josh Oliver and we've got Luke Musgrave, I think, is the other guy. But We picked Tanner Koziel in 26 draft. We picked Dorian Fleming in this 2027 draft. And I really kind of want to develop them up. Oliver and Musgrave are both in their late 20s, early 30s, and they're not that much higher overall. 74 each, I think, at tight end. I kind of want to build up Koziel and Fleming, see if either one of those two can sort of take that job. So I'm starting them there. Offensive line, we got Darisaw Jackson. I signed John Smith Jr. In 26, we did draft Logan Jones, but he has not developed well. In this last draft, we were in a situation where Iapani Lalulu was the best option at that point to choose to pick. So we drafted him. We have moved Jones to left tackle as he's a pass protector. I'm not sure how he'll work out there, but we're going to at least give him a try. But John Michael Schmitz is the center for now. Lalulu is the expected center for the future. Will Fries is still at right guard. Brian O'Neill still at right tackle. We did just sign Jalen Moore as a free agent. We still have Walter Rouse on roster. Alex Palzewski, backup right guard. Blake Brandell still a backup left guard. And then we've also got Demetrius Crownover, who was a late round pick for us this last draft. On defense, we're looking at, and we are still running. So we did sign Mike McDaniel as our offensive coordinator. So we're going to run his offensive book. So I'm running this as after two failed seasons as the play caller, 25-26 as for Kevin O'Connell. He's finally begrudgingly given up play calling duties, signing Mike McDaniel as the offensive coordinator. I'm going to let Mike McDaniel run his offense. Brian Flores is not in the game, but we're still running his defense. So we've got at defensive tackle interior, we've got Jalen Redmond, Kenny Clark, and Big Citrus Dom Orange. We've also got Levi Drake Rodriguez and Tyrion Ingram Dawkins. Edge rushers, we've got Dallas Turner, Aziz Ojolari, Chris Braswell, Andrew Van Ginkel, Jayshawn Barham, and Chris Braswell here as well. Now, one thing to note, I put Luke Musgrave, who we just talked about, on the trade block. I also put Andrew Van Ginkel on the trade block. I don't know that I'm going to trade him, but I wanted to see what offers we get for him. Because I'm considering it. He's got 1 year left on his contract, so he's gone after this year. The dead cap penalty is equal to the amount that we save if we get rid of him, so it's a wash. And Jayshawn Barham is behind him. He's a 77 overall with a dev trait. And I kind of feel like, if we needed to move on from Van Ginkel, if we get a good offer for Van Ginkel, I kind of am okay with Jayshawn Barham stepping up maybe a year early. But if we don't get a good offer for Van Ginkel, then I'm not going to take it. I'll just let him ride out the last year of his contract. Same thing I'm doing with Josh Metellus. I love Josh Metellus, former Wolverine, go blue. He's a Swiss Army knife in this defense. I absolutely love him. But again, he's getting up there in age. I think he's 30 years old. I was in a situation in this draft where I was able to pick up Coy Parrish. The season before, we picked up Dylan Thieneman to replace Hitman Harrison Smith. Coy Parrish is a easy replacement for Josh Metellus. I don't think he's necessarily ready right now, but if we need to, if we get a good offer for Metellus, I'm not going to be mad about trading him. The other guy that you'll notice is missing here, that I am also put on the trade block, and I'm just, again, feeling out what his trade value would be to other teams, is Byron Murphy, who is not our CB1. Right now, I have elevated Isaiah Rodgers to CB1 simply because he's an 82 overall. But I have picked in the last two drafts, we have chosen 4 cornerbacks, and we've also still got James Pierre on roster, Isaiah Rodgers, and Byron Murphy. Byron Murphy's in his last year of his contract, and so we've got Jair Hill, Josh Moten, Chandler Rivers, and Smith Snowden. Smith Snowden, I think, is very much a nickel corner. So my intention here is to get Jair Hill and Josh Moten. In fact, Moten should be CB2. But Josh Moten and Jair Hill, I want them to be CBs 1 and 2. All right, no, I think I was putting Jair Hill up at CB2 just so he's potentially going to get I'm gonna try to make a run for defensive rookie of the year. Um, but I want Moten and Hill to be the starting outside corners, and I have moved Byron Murphy to full-time nickel corner, full-time slot corner, which is where I think he plays the best at. Byron Murphy right here, slot corner. I just want him in the slot. I don't want him on the boundary. I don't think that's his game. And again, with him being in the final year of his contract, I don't think I'm going to re-sign him. I might even trade him. Um, Again, depending on what we get. These three guys right here, depending on what we get for trade value, um, I may let them go. The one I'm not sure about is Jordan Addison. 1 year left on his contract. Because of the guys that we have at wide receiver, I don't think I'm going to re-sign him. He's going to want a max contract just like Justin Jefferson. Uh, I like Cam Coleman to step into wide receiver too. I like some of the younger guys that we have here. Malik Benson, Parker Kingston, Miles Price, Xavier Thomas, Mason Tipton, Evan Stewart, Brendan Thompson, Ty Felton. I feel like any one of them can fill out wide receivers 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I'm kind of okay with getting rid of Addison. The problem with Addison, with trading him, is the penalty. So if we trade him, we're going to only save a little over $1 million, but we're going to have a $26 million penalty. You see what I'm saying here? We'll save a little over $1 million. $26 million will be dead cap. Part of that will hit beyond the books for this season. Part of it will hit next season. And I don't like that. So I almost want to just let him play out this season, develop Cam Coleman at wide receiver 3, and potentially just let Addison hit free agency this end of the season. Because I don't know that I want to take on the cap hit next season. Let's look at our salaries here. Yeah, so we've got $46.4 million in cap space this year. I'm not worried about that. But I want to make sure that we're going to have I want to keep at least 30 million in cap space this season to carry over to next season, because we've got to re-sign a bunch of a few key players this year, and then next year hopefully re-sign a few key players as well. So if we look at the 1-year contracts, I'd like to re-sign Evan Stewart, who was a UDFA. I'm probably not re-signing John Michael Schmitz. Probably not re-signing Jalen Moore. Probably not re-signing Roseboom. Xavier Thomas, maybe, because he is a good kick returner. Dylan Edwards, maybe. Again, their depth. All these guys are picked up as UDFAs. Kenny Clark, I kind of view him as a 1-year rental. He was available as a free agent signing in training camp. I'm not even sure he's going to make the 53. We'll see. But I don't plan to re-sign him even if he does. Josh Oliver's 30 years old. We've got Dorian Fleming and Tanner Koziel. I like Josh Oliver. Maybe I bring him back on a 1 or 2 year deal to be depth, to be a blocker, but I don't know. James Pierre, probably not going to re-sign him at 30 years old. Maybe, but I don't know. Levi Drake Rodriguez, I could see bringing him back on a 3 or 4 year contract. Blake Brandell, probably his final season. Miles Price, maybe. We'll have to see. We've got kind of a loaded young wide receiver room. Blake Cashman, 31 years old, 80 overall. I don't think I'm going to bring him back. I don't know. You know what? I should probably put him on trade market as well, just to see what we get. But I don't really have anyone ready to step in for him. We drafted Luke Talich, which I like moving him from safety to linebacker. He does apparently have a hidden dev trait, but moving him to linebacker bumped him all the way down to a 60 overall. So I really need like 2 seasons minimum just to get him up to a playable overall. So if we trade Cashman, we don't really have a ready replacement for him at this point. Saguna Alubi, I like him, but he never wants to resign. He's 69 overall, 26 years old. He's just kind of like a depth piece. Jacoby Brissett, I don't know if we're going to resign him. Parker Kingston, maybe. Mariota, probably not. We're not going to keep him and Brissett. Maybe we keep Mariota over Brissett. I'm not sure. We'll look. Josh Dobbs, he's just there for camp. Malik Benson, maybe. I mean, he's a good kick returner. TJ Metcalf is just a camp body. We're going to resign JJ. Might resign Mateer as JJ's backup. He's better than Max Brosmer, I think, but we'll see. Um, and Byron Murphy, I don't know. We'll have to see what we get offered for him. I do want to re-sign Dallas Turner. I love Dallas Turner a lot. 24 years old. I think he's still got a long career ahead of him. I do want to re-sign him. I want to re-sign Will Reichard. Maybe on Walter Rouse. Um, Pazuski maybe. Dennis maybe. They're just depth. But then when we look towards next year, Bo Richter, probably not keeping him. He may not make the 53 this year. Jay Knott, maybe, if he takes a lower level contract. Eric Wilson, probably not. 32 years old. We've got him this year, next year. He's already regressed to a 72. I don't know, man. He probably won't make the team. Probably won't even make the team next year. Tommy Doman, I do want to re-sign him. I think he's going to be a long-term punter. He may play out this year on the practice squad again. We'll just have to see when we get to week 4. Sione Vaki I like as a depth safety. I'd like to keep him. Tyrone Ingram Dawkins, I'd like to keep him after next year. Demetrius Crownover, we'll see. He's probably going to be on the practice squad this year. Brosmer, probably getting cut this year. I would like to re-sign Justin Jefferson. I would like to re-sign Justin Jefferson. But look at this. We have got to have some cap room next year because his cap hit is going to balloon up to $69.2 million next year, which is insane. It's insane. So I don't know. I don't know. God, I don't want to lose Jefferson. Um, so again, that's kind of why I'm looking to trade Luke Musgrave. Chandler Rivers, we may or may not re-sign. I mean, he's still young, but he doesn't have a dev trait. We'll see how he develops this year. Brian O'Neill, probably not re-signing him next year. Same with Metella, same with Rogers. Tipton, probably not. Felton, maybe. I would like to re-sign Donovan Jackson next year. Probably letting Mann go next year. Jalen Redmond, probably letting him go unless he wants to re-sign cheap. And Braswell, probably not going to keep him either. We'll just have to see when it gets to that point. So I just want to be very careful taking on dead cap next season, which is probably why I'm not going to trade Jordan Addison. But all right, so let's get into this. I'm going to do the drills, the training camp. We'll get through the cuts, and depending on how long that takes, we may still do at least part of the regular season in this episode, but we'll have to see. All right, what's the position battle storyline? Who do we got?
Some turmoil threatens their roster in the early season. A challenge has been made for a top spot on the depth chart. Competition breeds success, but coaches will decide how far the competition goes.
Will Reichard. What are you talking about? You are. Hold on. You're the kicker. What are you talking about? Like nobody's. You're gonna start. What are you talking about? He's not a quarterback. What are you talking about? What? Why is he trying to be the quarterback? Wait a minute. Why is Will Reichard trying to be the quarterback? What? This game is weird, dude. This game is really fucking weird. All right. Whatever. That just threw me for a loop. All right, let's do weekly strategy so we can put on camp counselor. Let's take all these off. I always put on XP stuff in the preseason. Let's go corner. Wait, why are we doing this QB one? Oh, we could double up QB. I could do that. Could double up QB. Yeah, I'm good with that. Play sheets don't really matter. And by the way, guys, for those that are watching, I am simming the regular season. If we make the playoffs, I'm gonna coach mode it. I'm not gonna play it. I'll coach mode it. So I'm not gonna worry too much about the play sheets, trainer abilities. I really should buy those next. Yeah, the other one I like is not here. All right. All right, so we got to put our guy, JJ McCarthy, he's got to be a focus on everything. And we'll put Cam Coleman here. Actually, the top ones need to be the starters that I'm trying to build up. So let's go Dallas Turner. Let's go Donovan Jackson. I like the all-out blitz one. It's a little bit more active than the regular one. I wish it gave a better reward, but it's a little bit more fun, in my opinion. That's a pretty easy one, and then I know the Dallas Turner one's going to be easy. Then we'll do the training camp ones after this. Hopefully we can get a dev trait. Now, I don't do the cheese thing like what you see on some videos where I just fish for dev traits for the entire season. I only put Camp Counselor on in preseason, and I'll manually do the drills here until Camp Counselor falls off, but I'm not going to reapply it in the regular season. I think it's very clear that the intention with that ability was that it was not intended to be used during the season after it falls off. Personally, I think EA should change it, make it a 1 week duration only, and only able to be turned on in the first week of the preseason. I hope that they make that change in Madden 27. We'll see. Right, Donovan Jackson, let's... Oh, you know what? I forgot to put on after school tutor. Sorry, I'll put that on in just a second. I wish this was more involved than just run into the balls. But in previous years, we didn't even have offensive lineman drill, so it's better than nothing, I guess. But it sucks that they can't figure out a way to make to like set up blocking controls for offensive linemen. I mean, I get it. It does seem like it's a little bit of a tough thing to sort of quantify into controls, but let's take off the... I guess we'll take off the second... Well, no, we'll take off the wide receiver one and put on after school tutor. So it's very important for anyone watching this that isn't aware. If you're going to put on camp counselor, you have to do the weekly stuff and simulate the training like I just did before doing the training camp drills if you want to have the increased chance to get a dev trait during these drills, because you have to turn it on first. So, and I do skip bucket drop because I don't like using precision passing. I can do it, but I have to change a setting, and then it's just a massive time dump, and I don't feel like doing that. No dev upgrade, that sucks. Alright, let's keep progressing our running back, Jadarian Price. Had a good season last year, was the runner-up for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Not Jeremiah Love, but he's still pretty damn good in my opinion. Ah, got caught up on that spinning thing there that time. Got the gold. That's all that matters. And got caught up on the blocker that time. It's alright, though. And again, guys, listen, I'm not like a professional YouTube rebuilder. I'm not Brandon TS. I'm not C4. I'm not Jerome PKR. I'm not Bengal. Go check out their channels. They're great at this stuff. I just like playing the game. I think what they do looks like fun, so I like to get on here and do it. But they're very good at what they do. Go check them out. Alright, let's go Cam Coleman here. Big Cam Coleman fan. For anyone that watches me on the podcast, last off season I did an interview with Really Flawed Football. Go check her out on YouTube, Really Flawed Football, where she was interviewing a fan slash podcaster from each of her top 25 college teams, and I threw my guy Rap, Vocal Vike. Go check him out as well for Vikings fans if you don't already know. He hooked me up with the interview spot for her with her for Michigan, and one of the questions that she asked me, which I remember, was that she asked me if I could select one college player from any team to, you know, suddenly just transpose onto Michigan's roster, who would it be? And my answer at that time was Cam Coleman from Auburn. I think he's an incredible wide receiver. Sucks that we couldn't get him in the transfer portal this year. But I'm a big Cam Coleman fan, and I was ecstatic that we got him in the draft this year. Alright, pocket protector. Let's go with Lalulu so we can try to get him up to speed as the center. The center in training. Hopefully he'll overtake Schmidt this season. I missed it. It's alright. Alright, got the gold on that one. Okay, we don't really have someone here, and then oh wait, we do. We could run Luke Talich here, but we can run him in the chase and tackle unless there's somebody else we want to run in the chase and tackle. I don't think so. We really need to focus linebacker this next season. You know, if I don't trade Van Ginkel, I can always move him back to linebacker, but I guess it doesn't really matter. It's the same problem with Cashman and. So, you know what? I'm going to go with Jayshawn Barham here. I'll run Talich in the chase and tackle. Jayshawn Barham to potentially replace Van Ginkel. I want to get him up to speed just in case we do get a good offer for Van Ginkel. I don't know. Damn it. I hate that it like steers me that way. I hit right on the stick to try to swim right, and it sends me left. Like there, I hit right and it sent me left. I hate that. There, I hit right and it has me go right. Here, I hit left and it has me go right. I hit right, and it has me go left again. Come on. Come on, how you gonna make me miss the zone thing there? See, I hit left, it has me go right. I hit left, it has me go right. Left, that time it had me go left. That time left had me go left. And that time it worked. So why does it work sometimes and not every time? That's crazy. Anyway, got the gold medal there. Alright, chase and tackle. We're going to use Talich here. It's going to take a lot to get him up. I'm going to have to use a after-school tutor spot on the 60 overall. A little bit of an undersized linebacker, but I mean, I think he's a little bit of a bigger safety anyway, so. I remember there wasn't really anybody else to take at that spot in the draft, so I was like, yeah, screw it, I'll take him. But I didn't expect him to drop to a 60. I mean, I guess this is a user-created class, and I did tweak it, modify it. Shout out to SGR for all the work he does on these classes, but I feel like Talit should have had some stat allotments that translated to that hybrid, you know, Viper, Bandit, safety, linebacker role a little bit more than he does. But that's alright, we'll work with it. Again, shout out to SGR for all the work he puts into these draft classes for us every year. I usually go, I take what he does, and then I, you know, go in and do my own personal preferences on it. Like some of the guys, I'm pretty heavy into draft analysis and mock drafts and stuff. So, you know, guys that I think are gonna, you know, be late risers or that are gonna be diamonds in the rough, I'll go in and modify them a little bit. Guys I think are gonna drop in stock. As we get closer to the draft, I'll drop down the board, but he really puts in the bulk of the legwork for these draft classes, so check him out. SGR Sports Gaming Rosters, I think if you search in Madden, I think his username's like Gilgamesh or something. Shout out to him. Having an easier time doing this with Talich than I do with some of the higher rated linebackers. So DB battle. We could go Coy Parrish, we could go Jair Hill, we could go Smith Snowden. Honestly, I think I'm gonna do Smith Snowden here. Simply because well, I could do Coy Parrish too. I think I'm more likely to trade Byron Murphy, and I want Smith Snowden to be the nickel if I trade Murphy. So let's try to get him a boost here. Alright, that sucked. This is one of my pet peeves with this game. If I'm in position and I hit the play ball button, like he shouldn't just stand there and watch the ball and not try to not reach his arms up or jump or something. See, at least he jumped there, but it's still annoying that like I'm in position, I hit the button, and he just jumps late. It's like nothing I can do. It's like the game just already decided I wasn't gonna get that, so it didn't matter even if I did everything right. Alright, still got the gold. That's what matters. I still don't understand why Will Reichard's trying to push for quarterback starter. In this drill, it is more important to hit the target when you can than to get the dead eye, the middle zone right there, which I just did both. But if you have to do one or the other, focus on trying to time it to get the target. The punting one I'm not very good at. I feel like it's too random. Like you have to depend on the bounce of the ball. So my thing here is just trying to get silver. It's the only one I don't like. I don't keep going trying to get gold on because it's just too random that you can't really like predict it. Like you can line everything up perfect and it still will just bounce weirdly. See, like this could just bounce into the end zone and then screw me over, but it didn't. Okay, that's good. I'm getting really lucky on the bounces here. That one shanked at the last second. Not as far left as I'd like, and that one screwed me. But it's okay. The last one of the thing, it's fine. Still got gold. Alright, so we did that. Now we can advance the week. See if we get any trade offers. Okay, we did get some trade offers. We got one for Murphy. We got one for Metellus. Nothing for Van Ginkel or Musgrave. Huh. Okay. What are they offering for Metellus? Kyler Gordon? Ooh. And a sixth round. Derek Moore. And a third and five. Third, 3 and 5. Wow. Let's see. If I got Derek Moore, I could potentially move Jayshawn Barham to linebacker. Huh. That's an option. Okay, TJ Sanders, 24-year-old star dev, along with a 6 and 7. Woody Marks, we don't really need him. L'Jarius Sneed's too old. Decario Davis and a 5 isn't good enough. Rashad White, don't really need him. Deontay Banks, Marte Mapu, I like him, but we don't need him. Torian York got a star dev. That's cool. 22 years old linebacker. A 4 and a 6. Okay, this is interesting. That's really interesting. A 4, a 6, and a 22-year-old linebacker with the dev trait. That's interesting. Azariah Thomas. Oh, Azariah Thomas got a dev trait. That's cool. Lenore and a 4. Quincy Riley and a 4th. Oh, Kenyon Sadiq and a 4th. God, I would like to take that. Oh, I would love to take that, but I don't need it. I have Koziel and Fleming. I really need that linebacker. Shamar James. Here's another linebacker, though. Here's Shamar James, a 23-year-old linebacker with dev trait, and a 3 and 5. And this one's in 2029, not 2030. Okay. Shamar James on the Cowboys, or Torian York on the Panthers. 22 years old, 78. Okay, so that's kind of better. I mean, he's 22, he's a year younger, and he's overall's higher. Shamar James is 1 year older, 2 overall less, but then the pick is a 3rd instead of a 4th, and a 5th instead of a 6th. Let's back out. Let's go look at them. Torian York on the Panthers, Shamar James on the Cowboys. Let's compare. So let's see, Cowboys, and we've got Shamar James. So he's primarily a run stopper, which would be a fit for us at Sam, although we don't really use a Sam linebacker in B-Flow's defense. So I'd have to move him to Mike, probably Mike. Let's see, ratings wise, 91 tackle, 81 hit power, 83 speed, 82 excel, 82 pursuit. It's not bad. He's not necessarily a good on-ball blitzing linebacker. Block shedding's not horrible. You got the entertainer personality. Number 8 ranked strong side linebacker. Okay. Let's look at the Panthers. All right, so they were offering Torian York, 22 years old, 78 overall, 84 speed, 90 excel, so a lot faster than James. Run stopper as well, pass coverage. So, but his pass coverage is higher by I think by like 5 than James. So I think York is the better pick here. Block shedding is not quite as good, but his other ratings are better. I think we got to take that. I think we have to take that offer. I mean, Kyler Gordon is good though. 84 star dev and a 6th round. The Derek Moore one is interesting because he's a 24-year-old, 77 overall star dev edge rusher, and he comes with a 2028 3rd and 5th. Let's look and see if I were to move Jayshon Barham to linebacker, what would his rating be? So let's see. He's a 77 at edge. He played linebacker at Maryland, and he was a hybrid linebacker edge at Michigan. So he's a 77 at edge. If I move him to Mike, he becomes a 76 field general. Okay. If I move him to Will, he becomes a 78 run stopper. So he's every bit as good as Torian York. So the question is, do we want Torian York a 78 or Jayshon Barham a 78? So then it comes down to the picks, doesn't it? But Derek Moore is 2 years older than Torian York. So a 2028 3rd and 5th versus a 29 6th and a 2030th 4th. I know it's going to seem like a homer pick, but I'm thinking I'm going to take the Derek Moore one, keep him at edge, move Barham back to linebacker. All right, what's the other offer we got for Byron Murphy? Jamel Dean, a 6 and 2/7. Keanu Benton, I like Benton. Kenny Moore. Keldrick Falk. Oh, that's another good edge rusher. Oh, I wish I would have seen this before, because then I. Okay. Katron Allen, Quincy Riley, Puna Ford, Keetrell Clark. Yeah. Man, I should have looked at this before I took the Derek Moore trade. Damn it. Damn, dude. Did I just go straight up for Azariah Thomas? Let's see if we can get more out of this. Azariah Thomas. Hold on. Oh, okay. We got new offers. Luther Burden, Barrett Carter, Tyson Campbell, Jalen Thompson, Dante Jackson, Tyler Biadish. Is that how you say it? Biadish. Jared Washington, Joe Tipman, Trayvon Morig, Deontay Banks, Danny Stutzman. I kind of like Danny Stutzman even though he's got no dev trait. Luther Burden. Hold on. Is he a slot? He kind of seems like a slot to me. Hmm. What if I add Van Ginkel as a package deal here? Oh, my guy, Will Johnson. No, I really need a linebacker. I need a second linebacker. What if I add in Blake Cashman? No, nothing really here. Alright, let's go. Let's try to manually look for a trade. And I want to make sure it's something fair. I don't want to take advantage of this of the game. All right, so they need a corner. Who do they have at linebacker? Mac Wilson, Anthony Hill Jr. Okay. So they need a will. They need a corner. Okay, what can I throw in with this? Do I want to try to trade Addison? I don't think they'll take Musgrave in it. I mean, well, let me just try Van Ginkel. Puts them over the salary cap. Do they not have a bad contract? There's a bad contract. Oh, not really. They don't really have any bad contracts they need to get out of. Maybe Tutu Atwell. No, okay. Let's try. Maybe we're not going to be able to do this one. if we were to add a draft pick, let's see, would a second round do it? No. All right, I think we're just too far apart on that one. They need a corner. They got Nakobe Dean. They got Junior Colson, Diane Henley. KC needs a corner. They got Jeffrey Bassa, Nick Bolton. Leo Chenal. Maybe we can work something for Leo Chenal. Boy, would I like to have Xavier Worthy, right? I doubt it'll work, but let's try it. Oh, they're way over the cap. Never mind. Colts, they need a corner. Who do they have at linebacker? Can't believe I made this so much more difficult because I didn't check the second trade. And I knew I should have. I was sitting there thinking I should. And I told myself, no, it'll be okay. Don't worry about it. Do I still go after Shamar James? I know he was on the... Oh, they got C.J. Allen. Ooh, would they trade C.J. Allen? Let's see if they'll trade C.J. Allen. They need a corner. And Byron Murphy's a superstar and rated higher. Let's try to see if we can get a little bit extra out of him. Let's just see where it's at. Wait, oh, that fucks up their cap? Come on, man. Why do they have to have such a fucked up cap situation? 13 million? Do they have a bad contract or they just got a lot of dead cap? They're paying Odigizua 24.5 million? Holy crap, dude. What? Let's see if I can help him get out from under that a little bit. They don't hate it. What if I give him back Kenny Clark? Let's take out the pick. Okay. We're not too far off. Let's see. If I give him Blake Cashman, but now I gotta get somebody lower rated that is costing them more money. Marquise Bell. Okay, maybe we can sweeten this. Let's offer a 20-30 third round. Let's make it a second round. All right. I think we overpaid a little bit, but we got C.J. Allen. Odighizu was here for a short time. Bell will probably get cut, but we unloaded Kenny Clark, Blake Cashman, Byron Murphy, and got C.J. Allen. All right, let's move Barham back to linebacker. And then what can we get straight up for Van Ginkel? Bryce Lance. Nothing great here. What if we add Musgrave to this? Caleb Tiernan? Uh, nothing great. Got a 4th round. You could go straight up Caden Ellis, but in Flores' system, we'd have to switch to a 4-3. And we could get Stokes, let his contract expire, or turn around and trade him, keep the 4th and 7th. Or we could take Tank Dell and try to trade him, turn around and flip him. Yeah, we'll take Tank Dell. And then see if we can if we can turn around and trade him. If not, we'll keep him. Let's see. Victor Payne. Okay. A 6 and a 7. Martin Emerson. AJ Barner, my guy. They really want to get rid of Bryce Lance. Bryce Betcha, it's another linebacker. You know, it wouldn't be bad to get Victor Payne and him be the third safety. Let's do that. All right, I'm happy with that. Let's go ahead and reorder our depth chart. All right, do I need to change anybody's positions? Let's look. Let's put... Okay, I got to figure out what I'm doing here at linebacker then. We'll keep Eric Wilson through his contract as a backup. So we'll probably just cut Dennis. We'll move Talich to Will linebacker. Slightly better at Will. We'll probably end up cutting Alubi as much as I like him. Or cutting... No, we'll cut Roseboom and move Alubi to Sam. Because we got to keep a Sam on the roster even though this defense doesn't use a Sam linebacker. Alright. Bell is probably getting cut. We can go ahead and move him to free safety for now. Alright, let's see, we'll decline that since we already traded him. Let's update our depth chart. Alright, so Jadarian Price is going to be running back 1. In fact, I kinda... Oh, that's fine. Cam Coleman will be wide receiver 3. We'll put Brennan Thompson over Tipton. Evan Stewart over Tipton. Tight end, we'll put Koziel over Oliver. Randall, Palzewski. Randall. I don't know why it wants to start my backup left guard over my right guard. It does that in every franchise now. I like Vaki more than Bell. But let's get Victor Payne there. Or VJ Payne. I feel like I should change his name because I know him as VJ Payne. Start Tommy Doman in the preseason. Kick returners, yeah, those can all stay the same. Heidenreich taking that third down running back spot. That's interesting. Coleman will be the primary slot receiver. This is cool. We can actually have Barham come down here as a backup edge rusher. I know he's lower rated overall, but we're going to put Smith Snowden at slot corner here. Hopefully he grows into the position. Alright, weekly strategy. Let's get in here. We'll set the other three. I really like Smith Snowden. I like Lulu here. There's someone else here I want instead of Fleming. Yeah, Coleman. Definitely need Coleman there. So is there someone I want besides Lulu? I think I might actually. I guess, I mean, I gotta go with Jayshawn Barham here. And then, do I not have this set on auto? That's like the one thing I like to have on auto. I know a lot of the guys that do these rebuilds. Yeah, okay, that's on auto. They set like everything on auto. I'm okay. I like to do my thing. Alright, so for the time that we're doing the, while camp counselor's on, we got to do these drills manually. Just for the next few weeks. JJ to JJ. And here we got JJ to JA. Try to hit Justin Jefferson coming across on the deep in route. I didn't time that one better. Oh well, at least we still broke a target. This one's gonna be tough. Yep, I couldn't get that deep one. See if we can hit Jordan Addison on this one. There we go. And can we hit Jefferson for this final one to get gold? There we go. Woo, we got JJ a dev upgrade. He's got star dev now. There we go. Alright, Dallas Turner, you're up, brother. Trench battle. Why are we sacking the starting quarterback in this drill? Can we not put the backup? Can we not put Brissett or Mariota or Brosmer in here? Like, JJ, like, I'm sorry, not just JJ, but like the starting quarterback should not be taking hits in practice. Like, that's literally what you have practice squad for. It's what you have backups for. Like, and they do it in some things too. Like the DB battles, you go against the slot receiver. Why don't we go against the backup quarterbacks? slide disappeared. All right, young guys now. Smith Snowden, let's get you settled into this slot receiver role. And it's like I don't really like trading away so many Vikings, but like even Vikings fans know like our roster's old as shit. And like a lot of those guys that we have on the roster in real life, you know, they're on 2-3 year deals. We have to get younger, and that's kind of what I'm doing here. And like I know I'm not the only Vikings fan that thinks that we shouldn't have paid Byron Murphy what we did. Like we paid him a lot to play out of position last year. I don't think a slot receiver should get or slot corner should get corner one money. Like you're not a shutdown corner, you're not even a boundary corner, bro. Like slot corners are valuable, yes, but I think we overpaid him. Let's do chase and tackle with my guy Jay Sean now moved back to linebacker. I mean I personally like Jay Sean as an edge rusher, but his versatility is why I drafted him to begin with, because he does have that linebacker and edge rusher experience. Why did he not tackle him there? That made zero fucking sense. There we go. Got the gold. Now that we've got gold, I can play more aggressively and try to go for the hit sticks. Alright, my guy Cam Coleman is going to be taking over Jordan Addison's role next season. Got to get him ready. His change of direction could be better. All right. We can simulate that and advance to the next week. One more week of doing this. Let's look at the headlines. Tank Dell traded. Marshawn Lynch. The rich keep getting richer. Surprised the Vikes gave up Van Ginkel. News coming of a multiplayer deal between the Vikings and Cowboys involving Byron Murphy. Jordan Birch got traded from the Bears, or to the Bears from the Cardinals. Harold Perkins is on the block. I could have traded for Harold Perkins. Brandon Aubrey got signed by the Jets. Okay. Oh, we got an injury. Smith Snowden 3 to 5 weeks. That sucks. Alright, well, I mean, Coy Parrish is a good replacement here, so let's knock out these drills one more time.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Alright, let's knock out the Dallas Turner Trench battle. Come on, why does it push me out like that? Like, it gives me no, like, control whatsoever. I hit right on the stick. It makes me try to go left, like, right there. And then, like, in the last time, it just pushed me out without giving me any control whatsoever. Right on the stick, went right this time. Right on the stick, went left that time. Did it that right that time. And did it right that time.
Let's go.
Alright, come on, Donovan. There we go. Got the gold medal. Sucks that Smith Snowden got injured, but at least it was in preseason, so. Oh, we got dev upgrade for Donovan Jackson, superstar. There we go. Jayshon Barn. Let's just do Trent's battle. It's faster than chase and tackle.
Here we go. Strike. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Check out. Let's go now. 70 Timber. Check. 70 Lion. Let's go.
And then Cam Coleman.
Go. Night. Ready, ready, ready. Come on, ready. Shut up. Set, go. Here we go, here we go. Ready. Ready, ready. Set, ready, ready, ready.
Alright, and then we'll just do it for Koi Parrish. Koi Parrish will just get the rub in the after school tutor while Smith Snowden's out.
Let's go.
Ah, I went too far. Alright, hold on. I didn't think he was going to throw it that early.
Let's go.
Why did he... It's like he hitched right there at the end when he put his arms out. Like, that didn't make any sense. Why am I pressing the button and he doesn't try to jump or anything? Okay, that time he tried to jump but didn't even get his hands on it. What is going on? Bro, what is going on? Every time I'm in position, I'm hitting the button. He puts his hands up, doesn't touch it. He jumps too late. He doesn't do anything. He watches it go over his head. I don't get it. I don't understand what's going on here. There we go. There we go. Now we're doing the animations properly. Oh shit, he got on top. That was weird. It stayed in the back pedal stance way longer than when I got out of it. Ah, you got that one. Alright, doesn't matter. Alright, let's advance the week. Now, this is probably like the most boring episode as I'm like gearing up for the season. The next episode will be the regular season. I'm just going to go through this part, and then we'll stop it after this. Alright, let's look and see if there's any interesting cuts in preseason week 4. Not really at quarterback. Nothing really at running back, it doesn't look like. Oh, my guy Blake Corum. JJ's best friend. Tutu Atwell. We tried to trade for him earlier, and they ended up cutting him. We're probably not keeping him, but we're going to sign him for a second. We'll take a look at him on our roster, but we'll probably end up cutting him. Maybe. Roman Wilson. Huh, we traded Musgrave, and now he's cut. Maybe we sign him and then cut Oliver? Maybe. Maybe Stromberg's interesting as a backup. And just to be clear, what I'm doing here, guys, is I am signing guys, but some of these guys I'm signing might end up getting cut immediately. I just want to sign them, upgrade our players, and then reassess and see if we're keeping them. And sometimes we just end up cutting them immediately. But this is just my process of doing this. Barrett. Oh well, he's okay. Mac McWilliams. Oh, he's on the practice squad. Jair Alexander. Wow. Billy Bowman's on the practice squad. I do have practice squad signings turned off. I like, to me, with them, I understand how the practice squad works in real life. To me, the practice squad stealing being on in Madden basically makes the practice squad pointless. Because you go through all that time to sign people, and then it's not who's on there by the end of the season. It's just kind of a pointless endeavor. Turning the practice squad stealing off kind of gives you a developmental tool, like an extension of your roster. So I kind of like to play around with that. But it also means that we can't sign guys off other teams' practice squads. I don't hate the idea of Justin Simmons maybe as a mentor for a year. So what we had Diggs for last year. Do I want to give Vikings fans that watch this PTSD and bring back Lewis Seen? No. Alright. Let's upgrade our players, and then we will make cuts, set our practice squad. Alright, so Luke Talich, 61 overall. Thankfully, he's getting 6 skill points, so let's try to get him up a little bit. Maybe we'll start him at Sam. Cam Coleman's going to get 5 upgrades. That's good. Hopefully we can get his change of direction up a little bit. Jayshawn Barham now has 4 upgrades. Smith Snowden getting 4 upgrades. Lulu is going to get 4 upgrades. He might surpass Schmidt right now. Maybe not. Tommy Doman going to get 4. His accuracy and kick power have to come up. The kicker and punter, it's so weird. I've clicked power both times here, and his accuracy goes up. It's so weird. It's like, what's the point of giving us the option if it's just gonna do one of the 3 randomly anyway? I clicked power every time and got accuracy 3 out of 4 times, and didn't get power any of the 4 times. Like that's weird. All right, JJ getting 3 upgrades. Now he's a scheme fit. John Mateer gonna get 3 upgrades. I think we might practice squad Mateer this season and keep a mentor as the backup. He got superstars, so let's give him pass protector and run protector. Jadarian Price getting 2 upgrades. Okay, let's go. Will Reichard, who's apparently trying to become the starting quarterback, gets an upgrade here. Dallas Turner getting an upgrade. Josh Moulton with an upgrade here. Oh, we got a new ability slot. Alright, let's put in the... Let's go unfakeable and on the ball. Trying to keep them scheme fits while also giving them the ones that I think give the best ability upgrades. Yeah, I don't think Max Brosmer's going to make the team. Sorry, Brosmer. Hopefully at 65, maybe you can catch on somewhere else. Alright, let's make cuts. Alright, so I think I'm going to keep Brissett and Mateer. So we're going to cut Mariota. That's 1. We're going to cut Dobbs. That's 2. We got to make 28 cuts. I'm going to cut Brosmer. That's 3. I'm going to send Mateer to the practice squad. That's 4. Alright, because Heidenreich, I think, is still our third down running back. I think I'm going to keep Mason, Price, Quorum, and Heidenreich. So I'm going to practice squad Jaden Ott and Dylan Edwards. Alright, wide receiver. We got to make some choices here. So we're keeping Jefferson. We're keeping Addison for 1 more year. We're keeping Coleman. We're keeping Felton. We're going to keep 2 more on roster and 1 or 2 on practice squad. We'll keep Thompson as our kick returner. Stewart. Can't practice squad Wilson. Yeah, as much as I love my guy Roman Wilson, I'm gonna have to cut you, brother. I'm gonna cut Tutu. Gonna cut Tipton. Practice squad Thomas. And Kingston or Benson. So we're not gonna keep Price. Sorry, Jug. Alright, so it's one of these 2. Right now I'm thinking Kingston. unless Benson is is one of our top 2 returners. Let's see where he fits on the depth chart. Nope, that's going to be Stewart and Thompson. All right, so we're going to cut Benson. All right, we'll practice squad both of them. But if I run out of room on the practice squad, I may have to cut Benson. All right. Sorry, Josh. I like you, but you're 30 years old, brother. And nobody wanted to trade for you, so we're just going to go ahead and cut you. Do we keep Stromberg over Brandell? Let's see. We'll practice squad crown over. We're going to cut Rouse. I could cut more. Move Brandell to right tackle, maybe? And Stromberg to left guard. Yeah, let's do that. Well, I don't know. Moore's 2 years younger. No, I'm just gonna cut Brandell, man. I like Brandell, but I'm just gonna cut him. Alright, here I'm gonna cut Richter. Yeah, I just don't have room for Jet. Well, I don't know. Hold on, let me check the other side. Is he better than Braswell? No, he's not really better than Braswell. I like Drake Jackson, but... Alright, here we're going to keep Redmond, Ozigizua, Orange, and Rodriguez. We will practice squad Dawkins or Pierce. Um, let's practice squad Pierce. Practice squad Rojas. I'm going to cut Alubi. We're only going to run with 4 linebackers. I'm going to move Talich to Sam. But him and Wilson will just back up the Mike and Will. Or maybe I'll, you know what, I'm going to move Wilson to Sam. No, I think you have to keep 2 Mikes. I wonder if it's going to make us have to put someone at Sam. We'll see. It'll tell us if we have to. Practice squad Rivers. And we're just going to have to cut Bennett, I think. Alright, here. We're going to cut Bell. I'm going to cut Metcalf. Do we cut Ward? Ah, that's a lot of dead cap for Ward. I don't want to cut Vaki, but I don't see a way around it. We're gonna have to cut Johnson. Maybe we can practice squad Johnson. We're probably gonna have to cut Vaki or Simmons. And I kind of want Simmons to mentor Thieneman. I can't cut Ward yet. Oh, we're at 53. Okay, we can keep it as it is. Okay, so we got 6 safeties and 5 corners. Okay. You know what? Flores likes to run with a lot more safeties than corners anyway, so fuck it. We'll do it. Alright, do we have any practice squad spots still available? Nick Martin? No, we don't. He actually should be. I should pick him up and cut someone else from my practice squad. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut Rojas. We'll put Dawkins there. Alright. So we'll put Price at halfback 1, Corum at halfback 2. Alright, wide receiver, I think that's good. Tight end. Alright, I'm going to start Moten over Rogers. I'm going to put Jair Hill in corner 2. Isaiah Rogers will be the first off the bench. And James Pierre. Thieneman, Simmons, Vaki. Let's put Vaki ahead of Simmons. Simmons is on the roster to be a mentor. Oh wait, but I wanted Payne to be first safety off the bench. Alright, let's see. Kick returners. I don't want Coleman being the kick returner. Yeah, I like that for slot. Actually, I'm going to play with this a little bit more. Hold on. Braswell here. We're going to put more interior for the rush downs. With Redmond. And then nose tackle will be Big Citrus. We got Thieneman playing in the box. CJ Allen. Justin Simmons. Nickel corner is going to be, well, Smith Snowden's injured right now, so I guess without him there, let's go Coy Parrish, Isaiah Rogers, and Dylan Thieneman. All right. That's going to be our depth chart and our practice squad. We got that set up. Let's advance to the next week. All right, guys, that's going to be the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment on the video. Let me know your thoughts on what I'm building here with the Minnesota Vikings. Year 3 is about to get started. Make sure to follow me everywhere on social media at Kinetic615. Follow me on X at Kinetic615. Check the GoFundMe link in the YouTube bio. It's also pinned at the top of my X profile. Shoot me a message on X or on Discord at Kinetic615. As long as you're respectful, I'll try to hit you back. And as always, guys, until next time, it's Skull Vikes and go blue.